Welcome back. This is Sean for TightPoker.com, and once again we're going to be taking a look at hand histories from people that visit our site. And once again we're with ToxicToffee1. He's a player who plays 10 no limit, meaning the blinds are 5 cents, 10 cents. We definitely saw a lot of potential in his play last time, and he sent us some more interesting hands, so we're going to jump right into it. He's got 10-10 on the blinds. And we got a loose aggressive player, 33-23 are his stats, and his aggression factor is 5. So this is a guy who keeps firing, definitely loose, definitely aggressive. Always got to be wary, but a min raise there is pretty weird. So some of the alarm bells should be on. I don't know if he's stealing a lot here. He does steal 60% of the time, because you think a steal would normally be more. But having no history with the guy, and maybe he just always min raises, I don't know. But with 10s here, you're definitely calling. And you hit top set. So let's see what you do. And you donk into him, which I actually like. And here's why. A player like this, who's a 33-23-5, is going to be firing and taking any action you do and turning that into more aggression. So if you donk into him, he's going to raise. If you re-raise, he's going to re-raise. So when you hit a big hand like this, it's good news usually. So I like the donk here, leading out in this. This is the right time to do it, because he'll stack off with Jackson higher 100% of the time, and I even think he might re-raise big with something like Ace King, and you can jam on him. If he's lighter than that, you're in really good shape, and he might just raise, and then if you jam, he'll fold. And so he does min raise you here. And it's no time to go away, but you just go ahead and call, and I guess you're slow playing a hand here, which I don't like at all. So the king comes, and I mean, if he hit a set here, like, good for him, but you're not going away, and the dollar bet's okay. I think at this point you can pot it, and he calls, and then you hit quads, so good for you. And you go ahead and pot it, which is good. You might have even wanted to overpot it. This is a pretty good place to do it. He can't put you on 10s at this point. And he just shoves, which is fine. Automatic call, and he shows queens. So I think at that, you could have gotten it in at the flop. So, you know, again, against a loose, aggressive player like this, there's no need to slow play. Here we are with Ace-King suited in the big blind. And we got a huge raise. 50 cents out of a 44-29 3. So another loose, aggressive pre-flop player, pretty aggressive post-flop. He doesn't fold to 3 bets, so there might be a case to, yeah, I don't know. I don't really like flatting here because I think getting it in against this guy is fine. And you go ahead and pop it, and I'm guessing he just calls with position. And you go ahead and flop top, so we're c-betting here every time, and you check. Again, slow playing, and I mean, it bit me in the ass today even. Identical hand where, you know, 3-bet pot, I flopped top, and I checked it for deception, only to have the guy kind of, you know, suck out, which is, probably would have happened anyway, but regardless of all that, in this kind of 3-bet pot, you definitely want to be betting here. So he goes ahead and bets, and I guess a check raise, I mean, it's never a bluff here. I mean, maybe a bad player thinks you're doing it with some sort of flush draw, but it really, I mean, I think you had Ace-King 100% of the time, if not King-King. So you go ahead and call. I guess you continue with that deception play. 5 comes, that's fine, and he shoves. Bleh. You do have top pair, top kicker, and a 3-bet pot, but at this point, you know, did he have kings? Probably not. 9s are likely. It makes a lot of sense. Aces, probably never. And a weird 5, maybe. So this might be a crying call, but there's kind of a case to fold this. You go ahead and call. It shows 9s. So I think your fate was pretty much sealed on this, as it was at the flop. So it's just a tough hand. Next hand, we get a guy who posts out a turn. and you go ahead and call, and I actually like that. I know a lot of people be like, ooh, isolate the limpers and punish them, but you're in the absolute worst position here, so that's fine. And you flop top 2, so this is no place for a check raise. This is a place to just go ahead and lead out. You go ahead and check, and he bets. And when you check raise, I mean, you really look like you got a strong king, if not something strong. And I know when you lead out here, you might think, well, I'm really showing I have a king, but someone who leads out here also has a draw a lot of the time. So you know, you flop the best hand so often here. I mean, you're looking to get it in. So the check raise I don't necessarily like, but I mean, I'm glad you're not check calling. And go ahead and min raises you, which is weird. So I think you're just working to get it in, and you min raise him back, and then he raises, and this is kind of stupid, but it is what it is. And he shows his draw, and you hold up. Nice job. Okay, under the gun, huge raise, huh? And he's a 40-13. And this is where I would begin to scratch my head. I don't know if he normally raises to 50, but under the gun, when someone raises huge like this, and I mean, he only raises 13% of the time. You can ignore, you know, how often he calls the 40, but the 13, and he's raising big under the gun. It's like, wait a minute. So what I do is in Hold'em Manager, I look at the early position pre-flop raise, and he's actually a 15. So that's weird. So I guess he just doesn't mind if it's early. So you go ahead and 3-bet him. He never folds to 3-bets. Does he ever 4-bet? I didn't look. Yes, he 4-bets a lot. So pretty much, I mean, let's say this guy was, for the sake of an example, let's say this guy was this guy right here. An 11-9, a 3-bet 1%. He has never 4-bet in his life, and he 4-bet you here, I would actually fold the kings. But that's not the case. This guy's a goon. He shoves into you, and if he's got aces or ace king and you lose, like, fine. But the right move here is to shove. You go ahead and just a cooler. Oh, I actually hit trips and lose. Oh well, that happens. Good raise on the button there. Nice little hand. And we get 2 callers. So you got 2 overs and a backdoor. On a jack-high flop like this, and 2 villains, one of which folds a lot to c-bets. The other one never folds to c-bets, practically. I'm not continuation betting here. And I just don't think this is a good c-bet, because I don't think it, I mean, you're not betting for value, because, I mean, you don't have the best hand at this point. You're not a significant favorite. Maybe you're trying to pick up the dead money in the pot, but I just don't think anyone's going away. I just would have checked behind here. So now we're working on. Now we've got something fun. Now we've got 2 overs, a gut shot straight draw, and the second nut flush draw. So yeah, you're firing away here. $3, that's cool. He flats, that's weird. And you go ahead and hit the nuts. All right. So I think you're just shoving away. And he calls and shows the lesser flush. Okay. Good job. Good raise with ace king. And you get squeezed. And I do have the squeeze stat at 9%. And I mean, I don't have a lot of hands here, but that's pretty high. Weird. Curious to know how often he folds to 4-bets. I mean, at this point, you have 0. So, not an easy spot, because the guy is pretty nitty. He's only 3-betting 2% of the time. He does squeeze a bit, but I think this is the first time he might have squeezed up to this point, and it was. So, at this point, you've seen never a squeeze, 3-bets 2% of the time. He's doing it out of position. He's a nit. There is a case to fold your ace king here. It might suck, and you might just say, okay, well, I'll call it off, and maybe play my position and play my cards and hopefully hit the flop. That's fair enough, but this is a really crappy place